What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to DoMoreLife. This is going to be kind of a special edition. I don't even have my glasses on for this one because there's just so much information I need to pass along to you guys um, that I'm going to count on my moderators. Um, and you guys just make sure you keep everything clear in the chat because make sure you keep those thumbs up rolling in and all that good stuff. Hey, Cody, good to see you, man. Joshua, good to see you. And of course, all my regulars in here Richard and Go More High, Tommy, all you guys that are in here normally. Good to see you. Robert, good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. John, good to see you as well. Glad you dropped in. Cody said, I'd like to be a mod tonight. Well, you sure can be, my friend. No problem. There you go. You're a mod. And there is Mr. Jim Pell already in the house. That's a good question, Richard. Let me check and see. Audio sounds weird. Let's disconnect and... Okay, somebody tell me, how does that sound? Is that better? How's it going, Arkansas? Oh, stuck in Florida. What's up, buddy? Bit tiny. I'm not sure what that means. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here. Everybody, cream, just smash the like button. Better. Okay, good. Joshua says raining like crazy the last few days. Hey Prince, what's up, man? Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you over here. Juan, good to see you. And we got about 20 people in here already. So I'm going to start running through the information, guys. If I miss your comments, you know how I do. I'll come back to them. But for the most part, this is going to be information based and information processed, as much of it as I can possibly get out, because there's a difference in living in Thailand and living in the USA right now. And I'm going to get to that very shortly. For one, living in Thailand. Hey, Addie, good to see you, man. I know you're shut down over there. I'm very sorry to hear that. I work with a friend. Prince was in Vietnam last weekend. I wonder how you got. No, it's the shadow, Cody. Nothing's wrong with my eyes. Just the sun, the light's coming in my window this way. I do want to tell you, I am exceptionally grateful to live in Thailand right now, because while they are in what they call a phase 2 preparation or whatever you want to call it, the phase 2 is basically just the standards of suggestions. Make sure you have hand sanitizer. Make sure you keep your hands washed. Don't touch your face. Wear a mask. Social distancing. Stay 6 foot apart. That kind of thing. That's where we're at right now. And I'm about to give you guys all the info on that. Also, I think I've really been keeping up with America because obviously I have family and most of you guys are living there. So I want to keep up with America as well. I think America's doing a great job on trying to contain, Corona. I mean, I won't go any further than to say that, but I will say Corona. And it's, I think the numbers from America are going to be far less than what was originally anticipated. And I think you guys are going to be in far less danger than what was anticipated. Let's see. That pretty boy Ruger TV, bit tinier shirt, been talking to my ex-girlfriend again. Margo B, hello. Roger, what's up, Roger? Good morning. Hand sanitizer and mask are sold out in Alabama, and rubbing alcohol. Yes. They're all sold out here. I actually had to order some through Wish. If you guys don't know about Wish, I'm not sponsored by Wish or any other hand sanitizer company or anything like that. They're not a hand sanitizer company. They're Wish is a company that a couple Google employees left the Google job many years ago, and now Wish only does Facebook and like social media advertising. They don't do any commercial advertising. They sell stuff cheap. I mean cheap. So check out Wish. Richard says, if I was smarter, I would have purchased stock in Stouffer frozen foods before the quarantine. I know, right? Spent so much money on frozen entrees. I'm gonna tell you, man. Just imagine if you would have invested in a company that does gloves or one of these new medications that they're trying. Wow. Tommy says we are in phase 5 and my city skipped over phase 4. Ooh, that means you're not doing anything but sitting at home. Steve just came back yesterday from America. It's really bad. Everything closing up. Glad to be back in Thailand. And that's my point. When it comes to America versus Thailand, I'm currently happier to be in Thailand because I can get out and go to work still every day. YouTube is not doing anything right now in terms of AdSense because this is basically a travel channel, and even though I'm putting out a lot of travel content, nobody's thinking about traveling right now. They're thinking about paying bills and that kind of thing, and I understand completely. But the good news is all those videos will be there when the time comes. Cody says Prez allocated $50 billion to help at work. I'm getting $2,200 basically. That will pay my extra bills next day. That's awesome, man. Ron says $100K. That's pretty cool. Robert Mack, what's up, man? Hello, and everyone watching. And I want to start to get down to the news here. So moderators, keep an eye on the chat. I'm gonna start reading and we'll have to talk about it. Remember, guys, don't be super blatant about what you say. We want to try to keep this video monetized if possible. Jim, you're still here, right? Yeah, you're still here. The one knock on Thailand, no Jack in the Box. I know, right? Okay, so the one thing that has changed over here in Peru at the moment, we're in full lockdown, martial law, army in the streets, couldn't go back home to Canada even if I wanted to. I've heard of that before. I've definitely heard that. And Francis, I appreciate your comment. Don't get me wrong, but that's one of those really super detailed that we can't leave in here or YouTube may demonetize the video. And you didn't say anything wrong, bro. It's just that they're so much of a stickler for all that stuff. But thank you for sharing that message because people did get to see it, and I hope they got to see it anyway. That's what I can say. So, Francis, by all means, I'm sorry you're locked down in Peru. That's terrible because lockdown in Peru would be rough. I had Jack in the Crack Tacos yesterday. Oh, I hate you. CC lockdown in Colombia. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, nobody wants to fly, right? Okay, Francis, good. I'm glad you understand. As long as you take care of yourself right now, that's the other part. The title of this video is the international travel, right? So international travel right now is almost non-existent unless it's absolutely necessary that you have to fly, or you're military personnel, or you are an American who has asked to come back home. Check State Department site for folks who are now abroad. Yeah, you can do that too. Thanks for throwing up the PayPal link there, Jim. That's probably the only way this video is going to make any money. So appreciate that very much. Travel TV, what's up, bro? Hi, I remember everybody. Remember tomorrow night is Purge night in the USA. I hear you, man. All right, so this is what they've done over here. While there are Steve, what's up? Good to see you, man. While they are doing deliveries and takeouts and that kind of thing in hey Scott, good to see you. While they're doing the takeout food and that kind of thing, you just can't go in a restaurant in certain places. This is what they've done here. So first highlight, Grab food starts. Grab is how we get most of our food over here. We call, order it, they deliver it. But they usually deliver it hand to hand to you. Now, Grab food starts contactless delivery to help socially distance in Thailand. What does that mean? Basically, that means that the drivers and the vendors partner. So when the drivers go pick up the food, they set it on the ground 6 feet away, and then they go pick it up. When they bring it to you, they will set it down 6. Oh, Jim has kicked off the PayPal. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim. Let me show everybody that real quick. They will set like if you order pizzas, for example, they will set the 2 pizzas 6 feet away from you, and then you will transfer money through an envelope. So you have to go pick it up, and then you leave the envelope on the ground, and the driver comes in and says, okay, got the money, and then you go. So that's how it's working now. Maybe it's a little bit more. Francis, thank you for subscribing. New member of the DoMoreLife family, much appreciated. Looks like Montelli. Crazy. So Jim got the PayPal started. I don't know if he's going to throw out a challenge. I have no idea what he's going to do, but I'm going to keep reading you guys this Pattaya news update. Let's see. Somebody look for today's exchange. Richard, can you look up the exchange rate today for the bot, because I'm getting ready to read something about it. Let's see, where was I? Travel TV says I work for Postmates, which is like Grab Food. We're doing the same thing. Understood. Cody in Texas says challenge. If we get to $250 in contributions tonight, next Friday chat, I throw in 50. There you go, man. There you go. So 250 is the goal, Cody. I love it. Cody said, let's see, 10 minutes to craps roulette. Fortune, my lady in Udon says people, things are fine for now. Yeah, and we're, for the most part, fine here in Bangkok. We really are. Next Friday's payday. I got you, Cody. Jim says, okay, guys, there is the first $10 we want to keep DoMoreLife afloat. Jeremy, let's start off by getting 5 people to match my 10, and I will double my initial contribution. Come on, guys. That's a good challenge, Jim. I like that. Mario B says, hi, Jeremy. I'm in Thailand. However, my holiday isn't turning out the way I would like. It's certainly not. That's for sure. 32 and a half, basically. That's getting on up there. That's definitely getting on up there. Roger McGee, thank you very much. Let's Roger hit it with 30, guys. So Jim, we need 20 more to get to your 50. To get your what you called challenge started. Let's see. Let's go back to Pattaya news. Eddie says I should interview a manager in a supermarket about price, about panic buying. Yes, that would be a good topic. Absolutely. Thanks, Travel TV. Robert says that's getting great. The bot, yeah, it is. It really is. And and the contributions that you guys make through PayPal means that that benefits the channel even more. Jim counts at 10. Hike, keep it up. J Ed USD $1 bot 3-1. Scott Howard Mac 10 minutes says bot hasn't changed much since November. Cool. It changed a little bit during that time frame, but it seems to be picking back up. And here's why. Bank of Thailand cuts its key interest rate by 25 basis points to a record-breaking low of 0.75. Thailand Central Bank on Friday made the decision to cut its key interest rate by 25 basis points to record-breaking low. So there you go on that. Let's see, what did I miss here? Cody in Texas says 40. I don't know what that means. It says 32.73 baht to the dollar. Cool, man. Cool. It's looking good, guys. Looking good. Hit the thumbs up button. All right. U.S. State Department suspends all routine visa and passport services at all embassies and consulates worldwide. So, there's my long lost Lee. Where have you been, Lee? Love you, Lee. All right. There's 50 more from Lee, who is always a genuine supporter of the fam. Very much appreciate that, Lee. So, Jim, that surpasses yours. And I think, Cody, you wanted 250, right? 250? So, we are now at 30, 50, that's 80, 90. Yeah, so we're at 90 total right now. 90 total. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Back to the Pattaya news. So, the State Department is suspending routine visa service at all embassies worldwide due to the coronavirus pandemic. In response to significant worldwide challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is being sourced by the PattayaNews.com. I need to make sure I remember to say that because I told everybody. Yeah, all the bars are closed in Pattaya, apparently, including one. Yeah, everything's closed in Pattaya. Don't go to Pattaya. Everything's closed. Let's see. In response to significant worldwide challenges related to Corona, the Department of State is temporarily suspending all routine visa services at all U.S. embassies and consulates. The department said in an advisory posted on Friday, embassies and consulates will cancel all routine immigrant and non-immigrant visa appointments as of March 2020. The move comes following the State Department's issuance of a global level 4 travel advisory using Americans not advising Americans not to travel abroad. The department also announced on Thursday, the State Department of America, that it was suspending regular passport services, only offering services for those with life or death emergencies. That sounds pretty serious. Where I'm at over here. Saw Addie, Cody in Texas says 90. Yep. Thanks for the PayPal link there, Jim. Bangkok Warrior says, are the gyms closed in Bangkok? Yes, they are. They most definitely are. Cody in Texas says, I asked Hike to keep up with it, but I guess he's playing with his putt. Yeah, one of you guys has got to keep up with the count because I just had more come through here. I think it was Jim keeping his promise, as he always does. And it was. So Jim doubled his original contribution to 20, so we should be at 110, which gives us 140, right? 140 to go, I think. That was to get to Cody's original 250. I want to keep reading until I get all the information out there. Anyone know if we've hit this? But to my knowledge, Bangkok Warrior, all the gyms are closed. All the gyms are closed. Most of the restaurants are closed too. Everything's being done pretty much by takeout and delivery. All the schools are closed, which is which I'm so grateful to be in Thailand instead of America right now because I can still go to work. Let's see. Ball around the world. Good to see you, man. The countries that have slowed the spread encourage wearing masks. U.S.A. says not necessary. So my understanding is the mask is not necessary to prevent the spread. To prevent the spread. It's only necessary if you've got it and you don't want to give it to other people. Me personally, I'm wearing a mask. Everybody over here in Thailand is wearing a mask. Everybody. If you get on a MRT or an elevator or anything like that and you don't have a mask on, people are going to look at you like something maybe seriously wrong. I have no idea when the gyms will reopen. Tommy White, good morning, you sir. Good evening. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. DoMoreLife says I was looking at something else. You're welcome back up. Roger says doing the why instead of shaking hands makes a big difference. Also, that's very, very, very true. So, in other words, doing this rather than shaking someone's hand makes a huge impact on person-to-person contact. I would advise if you're an American, an elbow to elbow, even a fist to fist. I think that cuts it down by like 90%. I read that somewhere. Hike focus on J, not T leaves did. Leg up. What was a good bot exchange in the past? What was it for? The good old days. But I don't know. Some people say the good old days it was in the 40s, but I don't know. That's what some people say. Okay, back to reading. State of Florida says me not liking to shake hands has been frowned on for most of my life. Now it's fashionable. I know, that's awesome, man. State of Florida, they would tell you to sneeze or cough into your elbow, and then they tell you to bump elbows. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either, but it is what it is. Yeah, 42 baht to $1 US. That was back in the day, man. And long before I ever thought about coming over here. Keith said, Ball Around the World says, I deal with country folk in my job. They still want to shake hands. Hard habit. It's a hard habit to get rid of if you're, especially if you're from, like the Bible Belt area or Southern America. It's hard to get rid of. It really is. Because it's a habit. It really is. Let's see what else we got here. Thailand releases map showing each province where a case of the COVID-19 was found on today's World Health Organization situational report. Let me see if I can pull that map up and I'll show it to you guys. David, what's up, man? Morning, Jeremy. How are you doing? Taxi branch here in Sweden is pretty dead with flight to Canada. Ground to I know. I thought about you the other day, man. I hate that for you. I really do. So let me see if I can blow this picture up some. That's pretty much your reported viruses in Thailand, right? So the total, I believe the total number as of today is 255. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I commend Thailand for doing that. Lee, thank you so much for your very large contribution. I really appreciate that so very much. Cody says to say hi, I just kick people in their corn purse. Lee says all education in Connecticut have gone to complete online. Wow. That's we're going to, as a society, we're going to learn a lot about that. They're talking about telemedicine, learning, tele this, tele that. I think this is going to be a good time for some really good startup companies that had stuff like this in mind, especially in the telemedicine field. I think it's going to be a big opportunity economically for them. That would be amazing. So thanks for sharing that, Lee. I appreciate it. I didn't know that they were even doing online schools. I thought they just ended them for the year. Bangkok Warrior says hopefully the U.S. dollar remains strong, but so far the stock market is crashing. I think it's going to bounce back. I don't think you're going to see a bounce like a bounce and dip. I think you're going to see it come back, and I think you're going to see it come back fairly quickly. I would say within a couple months, because the economy was so strong before in America. I just don't see. I think you guys are going to be okay over there. I really do. I truly believe that. Lee says telemedicine is already up in Connecticut. That's awesome. That's really good. That's great news actually. Backyard Warrior says hopefully the U.S. dollar remains strong, but so far the stock market's crashing. Yeah, but there's a couple things they can do about that. Let's see, Steak of Florida says, yeah, not shaking hands was a big deal. Seemed up north or out west, but the south, I'm being a snob. That's just Southern hospitality. Okay. DoMoreLife says, hi, Cody. Ball around the world, everyone here expects school won't reopen until the fall. That's probably, I don't know. The south of Thailand will probably reopen sooner because they have less interaction with people in the north. Backyard Warrior says, yes, now is a good time to buy into stocks. I agree it will go up after this is over. I agree too. Jim says, okay, DoMoreLife family. Cody has a great challenge out there, 250, and he will contribute 50 next Friday. Come on, guys, dig in your pockets for the channel. Well, I would certainly appreciate it, of course, and especially with YouTube just going. Cody says, thanks, Jim, for putting that out. Cody says the people here making money that usually didn't is in delivery. That's true. That's very true. That's a good point, Cody. Gomor Hike says, I think it. I don't know what you're talking about. Tommy says, since you pay taxes and have a mailing address, do you think you received the $1,200? I don't know. I don't know. And I read I definitely made under 75K in 2019. So, and I did file a tax return. So there's got to be a way, maybe, for me to get it. I'm not sure because I'm still employed over here, so I don't know exactly how that would work. But as it starts to roll itself out, they haven't even made it clear how they're going to roll that out yet. So as it starts to roll out, I'll keep you guys updated. If I get it, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you how I got it, because there's probably other people over here wondering the exact same thing. Tommy, that's a very good point. I did read the under 75K in 2019, 2019. So, I filed a report. I filed my taxes and did everything last year by the book, as I always do. And hopefully that would be a big help, especially with this huge dip in AdSense. Bangkok Warrior says Trump's trying to right the stock market, and he will. Cody says $16 an hour plus tips to deliver food here now. That's going to make for a pretty good living, at least for a little while. Gomorrah says, I think it'll get a lot worse here, but hope not. Probably going to get a little bit worse before it gets better, but that's just that's just a general blanket safety statement, really. I think that I don't know how you're gonna see the numbers go up because you're gonna see people getting tested, right? Because a lot of people that have this are young and healthy and they're asymptomatic. You're not gonna know they have it. And once people start getting tested, you're gonna see the numbers go up. But you'll also see the recovery numbers start to go up, and that curve, that bell curve that every country has had, it's already. I looked at the U.S.A. today, and it's already started to stop climbing at this angle. It's doing more of this kind of thing now. So my feeling is it's going to go down, and with all the resources in America, shouldn't be a real big case. It's a problem, of course, and a concern for everybody, but I don't think it'll be a super struggle the way people are thinking it is, unless of course, you have underlying conditions and that kind of thing. You actually put it in the title. I did because this is more about. I have a feeling that the guys that appreciate this channel and appreciate that me passing along the information are probably going to contribute and take care of me much more than YouTube will on this video, because as I heard, or as I've said, YouTube AdSense right now is in the toilet for this channel because this is a travel channel and nobody's thinking about traveling. I'm talking to Ed down in the comments. Jim says, okay, guys, let's get Cody's 250 done. If we can pass his 250 and I go to 350, I will throw in another 50 next Friday as well. Sounds good. Cody says, right, Jim, 350. I like 350. Bangkok Warrior says every U.S. citizen is getting $1,200 made less than 95. It's actually 75,000. Bangkok Warrior, and yeah, so couples will double that, and then $500 per kid is what I've been told. Let's see. Addie says Aussies get 1,000 from the government each month. Wait a minute, hang on. Travel TV said, let's see, hang on a second. Okay, Cody, we have got. All right, wait a minute. Let me back up. Cody says it's 1,200 plus 500 per kid. That's right. Lee says package stores are doing well since the bars are closed. I bet so. Jim says, Cody, we have got $645 in contributions in one night with only 45 people, so we can do it. I'm sure you remember that, don't you, Jeremy? I do. I definitely remember that. I definitely remember the 645 night, which would actually be if I could make that in contributions this month, would be just outstanding, because the like I said, that my AdSense revenue, just so you guys know, I'm always transparent with you about it, is 1/8 of what it was last month, and last month it was 1/2 of what it normally is. So that's just to let you guys know. Bangkok Warrior says if you gave the IRS a account to direct deposit any refund when you filed your taxes, then it will be easy. I did that, and then that is a very good point, Bangkok Warrior. I didn't think about that. Travel TV says, why are they buying so much toilet paper? I don't know. Now the government can still just mail you a check. They don't have to if they can put it in my bank account. One night we did over 1K when Jay was moved. That's right, we did. We did over $1,000 that one night, Cody. You're right. That was an awesome night. Addie says we get 1,000 from government end of March. We're told to spend it quick to support economy. FPV, I just come in. How come we can talk about it now? YouTube lighten up. Yes, YouTube released a video and said they were lightening up the restrictions on that because it's the problem was it was a sensitive event, and now it's all over the world. So I don't know. But I'm not taking. We're still not going to dive deep into the wording of what could be and what could not be. So I don't know about all that. But what I do know is that. Sorry, there's some other videos being uploaded. Let me get back where I was. Yeah, so what I do know about that is we're not going to go crazy with it. I basically just threw out a lot of keywords in the title, but that still had meaning, and we'll see what happens. Have you seen the movie in 2012 starring John Cusack? I don't think so. Cody in Texas says this was Trump's deal. Would like to hear opinions when they get that check. Yeah, so would I. That's a good question, Richard. I'm not sure about the 1200 about whether you have to be employed or not. It's a great question. David says Italy has been hit hard. Yesterday they were up to 3,400 deaths going past China. They really have been hard, and I hate that. Let's see. Good Morning says, remember that part where he says when they tell you not to worry. Oh yeah, that's true. Jim says, yeah, Cody, I remember that was great. That's back when I was down for my wreck. Bangkok Warrior Richard, the money is for every U.S. citizen, regardless if you work or not. Well, that's good news. Lee says Thailand is rated number 6 in the world for healthcare. That's true. And that's one reason I'm glad to be here, to be honest with you. I may not be in, America, but they do have the capacity to deal with somebody like me here. To the best of my knowledge, there have only been 2 reported deaths in Thailand. So, and the number of cases are really not that high considering all the traveling. This is a major hub for the world, really, especially if you're traveling anywhere in Asia. Bangkok is a huge hub. Let's see. Thanks for the PayPal link there, Jim. Richard says that 75K ceiling is horrible. I hear you, man. Tommy says, without being specific, Thailand has changed rules for entering Thailand. Yes, they have. And they actually changed rules for Thai citizens, too. I read that this morning. I'm not going to get deep into that because I don't want to talk too much about Thailand. David says, I heard a report that the U.S. was considering implementing a luxury tax on sailboats and yachts, but I can't figure out what the hell that's supposed to do. I haven't read that report, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay, back to the news here. Thai Public Health Minister says a restrictive lockdown can be avoided, but only if everyone comes together by staying apart. Come together by staying apart. And I like that. I went on to read this article, and he makes a really good point in there, guys. He makes some really, really, really good points. Chinese woman in Bangkok. Oh, you don't need to know that. She refused to get tested, so she started spitting on everybody. Thai government in discussions about an estimated 500,000 tourists who may be stranded in Thailand and forced to go on overstay if they cannot extend their visa. Now, this is a big deal with tourists that are over here and that are stuck. You can't travel out. Thailand's got the border closed. So, in every other country around it, it's got the border closed. Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, all the borders are closed. You can't fly anywhere. So what are they going to do exactly? I don't know. I've heard some rumors, and I had a long discussion with a good friend of mine yesterday about what his options were of getting out of Thailand. With medical certificate and health insurance from COVID-19 required from Sunday, Thailand has effectively closed down its borders. Yeah. So it wasn't like they said, hey, borders closed, done. As concerns on possible spread of the virus increase, a culture clash on wearing a mask begins to cause tension across Thailand and Pattaya. Pattaya police warn local restaurants you are allowed to open, but if you flaunt the health guidelines set and allow crowds, you will be closed. So that was all from the Pattaya news this morning. And let me catch some. Yes, you can still fly home to the country you're from, Michael. That is true. But in this particular situation, my friend has a whole holiday planned around Southeast Asia. So if he flies home, he's pretty much screwed because he's not going to be able to come back on his vacation, nor the people that have scheduled the vacation with him going to be able to come. So it throws a big wrench in things. But yes, you are correct, and I did not mention that, but you're correct. You can still fly home to the country you're from. That is true. That's very true. Cody said, going back up, Cody says, Jay just asking, do you really think this came from bats? They've been eating this for thousands of years, and all of a sudden, yeah, I'm not going to speculate, man. I'm not going to speculate. Not on YouTube, anyway. I'm not going to speculate. I have my own thoughts and feelings about, patient zero and that kind of thing, but I don't know. J. Ed says, Jimmy, Florida, I've heard if you make on under 75,000, you're available. That's what everybody's read. Or that's what everybody's that I've talked to has been told, Jimmy. Bangkok Warrior says, Rashard Holiday, Trump made that limit because the money aid is supposed to help the middle class to the lower income people. If you're making more than 75,000, then heck, you sure don't need it. Well, while I would generally agree with that statement, if your lifestyle is set up to live on a $200,000 budget and you have a $2,500 a month rent in a studio apartment somewhere in a really expensive part of the country, then I kind of see both sides of that. Bangkok where it says the rich do not need the help. It's the people living paycheck to paycheck that cannot pay the rent and food. Yeah, and I hear you on that. I do. I hear you on that. I think that's fair. It's time for your lifestyle to come down. Everybody, I understand like why you don't want your lifestyle to come down, but at the same time, sometimes it's a really good thing. Roger says, I believe the scientists. I tend to believe the scientists more as well. I like to hear what they have to say. And I do want people to understand that are thinking about international travel right now. You are going to have to put, if you want to travel internationally, it's not impossible, but it's virtually impossible. And I would say that you would need some type of agency help. According to what I just read, the embassies are shutting down, that kind of thing. I would probably be looking at other alternatives if I were you guys. That's just me. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that's just me. Who's keeping count? We hadn't contribution hadn't came in a while, and I forgot where we were. Cody says Bangkok, where the people that live paycheck to paycheck support this world is the way it's designed. I can pretty much agree with that. Stuck in Florida says the people that make over $75,000 a year are most likely invested in the market and have a really nice 401k. They get plenty of money. Hundreds of billions will go to the markets. Right now it's crashed, but you would think that they would come up. I agree with Tommy. 75K in some cities is low income. That's true. Are people still trying to travel internationally? Yes, people are still trying to travel internationally. They are. And I don't know why. It's not a good idea. Smash the like button. But it's just one of those things. There's a video on how, and I implemented this. There's a video on how to wash your hands properly, and also how to do the same method when you put hand sanitizer on your hands. Okay, so I encourage you guys to go watch some of these how to actually wash your hands. And something else is to keep your fingernails cut very, 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 very short. I know I'm getting specific, but I'm just telling you. This is from the Tiger. That's the Tiger, THAIGER.com. It says, sorry guys, there's just pop-ups everywhere here. Returning Thais, that means returning to Thailand. Thailand citizens returning to Thai. Face being turned away if they can't show fit to fly health certificate. Thailand's pretty serious about keeping this thing under control. To go on, it says, as calls mount for the government to place Thailand under lockdown, many Thais abroad trying to return home face being locked out if they cannot show a health certificate, which can be difficult to get in many countries. Thailand Civil Aviation Authority announced yesterday that travelers from 11 more countries would be required to present health certificates and proof of insurance before boarding flights to Thailand beginning today. Just to let you guys know, let's see, proof of insurance. Okay, so just to let you guys know, yesterday I read an article that we're talking about having the clean health certificates to get into Thailand. That was a thing, but they only have a few countries listed, and the U.S.A. is not one of them. I just want to let you know. So if you're planning on flying to Thailand and getting a health certificate, they're not gonna accept it. Which is the way that I understood the article and understood the language behind it. Let's see. Cody says, I've made basically $75K for 20 years. Unless you have a spouse that makes the same thing, you've made half of that. I believe you. And in debt, as far as U.S., debt is always a problem. Bangkok Warrior says it got deleted. Stuck in Florida says Tommy J makes you wonder how people that work in low wage jobs live in those cities. That's true. They live in tents. Stuff. Yeah, I can believe that. Current text says, BK Warrior, I doubt it. People are who they are. Most don't save. That's true, Cody. And that's also where people get in a lot of trouble, too. I found out myself since moving over here and living in Thailand that saving money just makes you feel better about yourself. Having a little bit of something that, like right now, I've always counted the AdSense income on here as like payroll income, because you guys don't contribute AdSense income. Contributions go for equipment, travel. Like last week when I went to Wahan, and I had plenty more videos to make to push out and show you guys. But that's what the contributions go for. I don't live off those. But when they're there, it's nice to know they're there. Let me read you this paragraph before I dive any deeper, because this is very interesting. Newest reports say, we're talking about Thailand here. Newest reports say that all foreign nationals coming to Thailand must show verification of their travel history during the previous 14 days. A health certificate certifying they pose no risk of being infected, by the virus, issued no more than 72 hours prior to travel, and proof of health insurance that covers specifically COVID-19 treatment and shows minimum medical coverage of U.S. $100,000, about 3.2 million baht in Thailand. Even my insurance policy doesn't cover that. I only have a 2 million baht policy. The nationals seeking to fly home must present a fit to fly health certificate and a certifying letter from a Thai embassy. That means that you have to get, this was what I was talking about, or what I was going to talk about. So, like my friend's an American, even if he called home, the Thai embassy in America is not going to issue him a certifying letter saying that he's fit to fly in America. They're not doing that. So he's stuck. He's stuck. Can't get out. Thai consulate office or the Thai foreign ministry. But while Thais only need the fit to fly certificate, not the corona free certificate to board, many are finding it difficult to meet even that requirement, especially in Europe. The Time Embassy in London's Facebook page has received over 1,200 comments, mostly complaints and pleas for help. Please for help. A little bit scary stuff there coming out. Looks like 17 hours ago there was a post from the Tiger that said Thailand found 50 new cases, but I think that was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. There's another post here from the Bangkok Post that says 50 new cases raised the total in Thailand to 322, which, in my opinion, being in the middle of Southeast Asia, is still a remarkably low number. Ed, what's up? I just saw you down there. Good to see you, man. Now, let's go back up and let me catch these. Okay, so Bangkok Warrior says, now logically, if your lifestyle is beyond our dreams, then I don't think a $1,200 aid will help you much. Yeah, that's subjective. I'm not going to say your name, Mr. SD. 75K is not a lot of money. It depends on many factors, i.e. family size. Well, you get $500 extra a kid. There are people making 75K with kids in college that could also use that stimulus check. These people pay a lot in taxes too. Well, they're also, America is freezing all the interest on student loans, and I just heard Trump's report this morning, which would be yesterday, that there's some more good news coming up about student loans as well. So I probably wouldn't get too crazy about that right now. Cody says, I have between me and my mother over $500,000 saved. Not enough. Wow. That's good for you, man. Bangkok Warrior says, Cody, true, I agree. Sometimes it takes a disaster like this to make people change their spending habits. Absolutely. I couldn't agree. DoMoreLife says, I keep thinking of what Han Solo said. I've got a bad feeling about this. All right, Stuck, BRB. Ed, good to see you over there from the Philippines, man. I know you guys are on like mandatory lockdown, and has Duterte decided to fly to make all foreigners go home yet? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he did. Scott says, same actor, Indiana Jones. Bangkok Worst says, Cody, you mean 1 million baht? I don't know what they were talking about there. Thanks for the PayPal link, Jim. And the challenge that Jim threw out, or that Cody threw out, was originally $250. Now it's going up to $350. I don't know where we're at total, but I know we're less than two. I think we're at 110, right? 110, I believe. Let's see. Ed says lockdown, can't leave the city. Ooh, ooh. Well, at least I mean, at least you can move around the city, right? But you don't live in a big city, so yeah, that would be a weird one. Bangkok Word says Cody $1 million. Cody in Texas says, "Don't worry about it. Worry, LOL." Okay, you guys must be going back and forth about some of the insurance policies and that kind of thing. There were some more things I wanted to read you guys, and some more information that I would like to pass along. This is also the Tiger, THAIGER.com. This was on 21 hours ago, March 20th. Thailand confirms 50 new COVID 19 cases, including one infant. Bringing the total to 322 since it first arrived in January. Which is why I say it's not as bad as it seems, man. So the 50 new patients include 18 who visited the Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok, including spectators, boxing officials, and administrators. If you don't know, that's I think that was the gym or the event area, whatever you want to call it, where there was a little small hot spot there. 5 who contracted the virus at bars and entertainment venues, 12 people, including a 6-month-old child who had contact with previous patients, 6 who attended religious ceremonies in the southern provinces of Pattaya and Songkhla, I think. 9 patients returning from abroad, including 2 Thais returning from England. Around the world, the total number of cases today, as of 1 p.m. Thai time, which was yesterday, has reached 245,913, with a major spike in U.S. cases, which has now reached 14,366 cases, and you will see many, many, many more. But the thing about it is, out of those 245,913 cases, 88,465 are completely recovered. So, and everybody else is either hasn't been tested or whatever. About 10,048 deaths is what it's reporting right here. And if you look at the chart, the chart shows an overall progression in a kind of a downward slide. So I think it's looking better and better for everyone. I hope so. Certainly. We'll see what happens. Now, let me see. Mike says, "Have you seen the movie World War Z?" I have. In fact, I plan on watching Contagion today and Outbreak because I'm kind of self-isolating myself today. Ed says, "If the lockdown works over here and no one allowed in the country, I give it a month to clear. Summer is here. The heat should kill it." No evidence to support that, says Mike. Actually, there is evidence to support that. The doctors that were on one of the last conferences were said that it doesn't support. Good morning, Ross. It doesn't support, or they were talking about degrees Celsius. Okay, so they were like, it tends to do worse in temperatures over 32 degrees Celsius. So to give you an idea of that, for people that can't do quick conversions, myself included, 37 degrees Celsius is roughly 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so if you're, in other words, it's not really doing much over 90 degrees it's hard for the virus to survive in 90 degrees plus weather. So that's a good thing for Thailand and a good thing for these hot Southeast Asian countries for sure. Let's see. Zombies. Let's see. Coding Text says Hike Watch. Let them go find it. Deja Vu was a 2011 movie. I like Deja Vu too. Hike Contagion 2011. Yep, it was a good movie. I'm definitely gonna watch it today. Addie says the virus is so bad here that kangaroos are fighting koalas on the streets. That's funny. Tommy says it's the 21st in Thailand, so it's my birthday. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday, Tommy. One more year under your belt and one more visit to Pattaya under your belt as well. So good for you, bud. Glad to see you guys coming over here and having a good time. I really am. Contagion right now will make you crawl into a corner and cry a little bit. Yeah, I think about that too. Gomer says he's scared of the dark. Cody says, good thing is I drink a lot of water and have a giant whiskey. I'm just gonna remove that one just to be on the safe side. Travel TV says, good to go, guys. Got to work tomorrow. All right, Travel TV, you have a good one, brother, and make that money, man. Travel TV says, take care. You too. Bangkok Warrior said, happy birthday, Tommy J. I would agree. Happy birthday to Tommy J, for sure. A few things that Google offered up this morning when I told you about the hand washing. This is for those of you that didn't get to see it, this was like a confirmed case map right here. I hope it's not all backwards and stuff, but that's kind of what it looks like, at least according to the source. It gives some symptoms right there that you can read. Seem to be some of the top stuff. So, Bangkok Post, while being on the right track, the government late response by closing school. Let's read this. This is from the Bangkok Post. Let me catch comments first. Gomer says, Addie, does anybody ever say that's not a knife? This is a knife? That's funny. All the time. I like that. Ross says, anyone have thoughts why some countries have greater impacts than others? Why Italy mortality rate is so high, while other places so low? Yeah, we do have thoughts on that. I certainly have thoughts on that, but I'm trying not to share. I specifically said in the description of this video that all information would come from factual sources, so I'm not going to do a bunch of guessing. Coding text says, last 10 minutes, tell us your daily living in the heart of it, if you please, Jay. I will in 1 second. Bangkok Warrior says, I know this is off subject, but does anyone know when the PlayStation 5? No. Addie says, Italy too slow to contain the spread. It's not just that. There's many other factors. And if you Google it on YouTube, or not Google it, but or Google it, whichever way, or look it up on YouTube, you'll find out why Italy's taking such a hard impact. And one of the main reasons that you will hear on everybody's report, and these are like BBC reports, they're very credible, is that one of the first thing is they didn't close the borders fast enough. One of the other things is it seems to be being hit up north even harder than it is in the south, and that is where a lot of older people live, and older people with pre-existing conditions. This was according to the press conference that was given, I think, yesterday. That's where that information come from. Let's see. Stuck in Florida, Italy is cramped where the outbreaks happen, and the older population definitely Italian diet. That's funny. Older people, that would make sense. Yeah, there are a lot of older people in Italy, in the areas where the hotspots are currently flourishing, I should say. But they really got it good. So here's from the Bangkok Post. It says, while being on the right track, the government's latest response to the new coronavirus by closing schools and entertainment venues, as well as putting off the Songkran break. That's a big deal too, by the way, putting off the Songkran break. Lee Lindsay says baby boomers in U.S. That's got, well, I think it's millennials and Gen Z is kind of ignoring the warnings, so to speak. They talked about having spring break. I saw some information where they were in Clearwater and another place in Florida. I can't remember where. And they were still going on spring break. They were being interviewed and they were like, if I get it, I get it. Whatever. I'm young. I'm healthy. Very ignorant. Very arrogant. But it is what it is. That's a very good point. Stuck in Florida. Anyway, let me read through this. While being on the right track, the government's latest response, talking about Thailand, to the new coronavirus by closing schools and entertainment venues, as well as putting off Songkran break, is likely to prove too little too late once again, as other countries have shown. The sooner firm and hard measures are put in place, the better and likelier efforts to contain and remedy COVID-19 will be successful. An early global lesson from the fast-spreading virus is to be preemptive and proactive. I agree with that. Front-loading. The pain of social adjustment and economic damages rather than playing catch-up and ultimately paying a higher price. Back when the virus began its global assault, Thailand was the first country outside of China to report a case. It was on January 13th when a woman arrived in Bangkok from Wuhan, capital of the Hubei province and ground zero. We know all that. Over the next several weeks, Chinese authorities placed Wuhan and much of that province under strict quarantine, with restrictions on travel and movement all over the country. While the rest of the world was still nonchalant, China's shock therapy seemed over drastic at the time. As economic conditions from local bourse to growth forecast headed south. But by early March, China's number of infections and the death tolls stabilized and have been brought under control, while many other countries around the world are now going into a tailspin over this. I'm going to disagree just a little bit with the Bangkok Post. I don't believe that Thailand fell too far behind the curve. I believe that they, sure, anybody can say they could have acted quicker, but I also believe that they've done a pretty good job to keep it at the number of cases it is now. I went over that earlier. I forgot exactly how many I said. It's a little over 300, but I'm not doing any estimations on here. I have to go back and look it down. Okay, so let's see. Gen Z, the self generation, should be called Gen Me. That's very true. Stuck in Florida, I went to Bike Week last Thursday. I'm a bad person. David says everyone in Ireland is having spring break in individual rooms. Most businesses shut down without the government demand. Now, that's some good common sense practices. People are generally being super responsive to the calls here. That's good, David. That's very, very good. I like to see unselfishness and self-awareness. That's great. Gen Me, yeah, that was funny. Bangkok Warrior says, yes, it is what it is. They're kids trying to have a good time at the expense of their health. They're only 18 to 21. Let the good times roll. No, not let the good times roll, because the good times are going to turn into bad times for everybody else. Stuck in Florida says they're not responsible like we were at 18 to 21 years old. We were all be good people and doing everything that we were supposed to be doing. I'm assuming that's a joke. Happy 8 says you're right. UK behind Thailand. Jim says, where are we at on the dollars? I think 110 still, I believe. I don't know. Who was keeping up with that? Was that Go White? Are you keeping up with that? I can't remember. I think 110, if I'm not mistaken. I know you guys were shooting for 350. 250 would be very happy, because this video is not going to be monetized. I can pretty much guarantee it. Bing Bing says, I was impressed that to lift of spirits in an Italian city, they had a flyover by jet streaming the colors of the flag. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Roger says Thailand has first case outside of China. I'd say they did better than most everyone. Yeah, I mean, somebody had to get the first case, and a lot of people travel. In case you don't know, the Chinese travel to Pattaya a lot, or they travel to. They get on these tour packages and they travel on buses together around everywhere. And while Thailand was trying to get the Chinese out, there were a few lingering around, and some of those happened to be from Wuhan. That's really, the thing. I like your sarcasm. Stuck in Florida. Steven says, what's going to be next? More Donald Roads this with virus thinking. Yeah, but you know how politicians and countries and this, that, and the other, they're turning into something that's. I'm not saying it's not a serious thing by any means, but they tend to kind of blow it up. They blow it up, and they're definitely doing a good job of that. However, as I've said, I'm thankful to be in Thailand versus the U.S.A. Because I can still go to work every day. And that makes a big difference. Certainly, because there is no social safety net here. I can't go file for unemployment. If the school was decided to shut down or something like that, that would be bad. Jim says, I knew I have not heard the bell go off lately. Yeah, me neither. I hadn't heard anything. Jim says, I did not hide nobody. What does that say? That was hidden by me. I don't know what you're talking about, Jim. If we hit 125 next Friday, I'll do 25. That's half. Well, Cody, your original challenge was 250, right? Yeah, I think. I mean, we still got a few more minutes to talk in here, and people tend to come out of pocket at the latter stages for the most part. So, you were looking at 250. Don't give up on it. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's no big deal. Cody says need 15 more. Jim says, Jeremy, there's a mistake somehow because I did not hide anyone. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It happens. You may have clicked the button to upload something and accidentally hit a removal or something. Don't sweat it. Stuck in Florida says Jim Pell. I'll hide him. Okay. That's yeah. You can get rid of him forever. Stuck in Florida says fixed. Okay, Jim. Cody says let's do 250. Let's do 250. All right, Cody. It's up to you, man. It's up to you to do 250. We're gonna have the people have been calling it the Jerry Lewis telethon, which I think is hilarious, by the way. So you can do your telethon thing. I'm going to talk about somebody had asked me what my day-to-day life was like here in Thailand, and I'm going to tell you. I get up in the morning, I shower, I put on. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I put on clean clothes, and the reason I emphasize clean clothes is because you need to wear clean clothes every day here, and because of any contaminants that could get on it. I put my mask on. I drink my green juice, and I head out the door for work after I've gotten ready. So, go to work and work. We've got plenty to do at work right now, getting ready for the upcoming semester. And I work till about 4 in the afternoon. Some days it's 4:30. But usually around 4 in the afternoons. Right now, usually the day starts at 7:30. Right now it's 8 o'clock because school is out. I usually I get to work, and once I get in the buildings, they have them sanitized really well. So I I don't wear the mask inside the building, but we do practice even inside the building social distancing. I know it sounds weird, but we're working. Right now, we're working in a couple conference rooms upstairs while they're cleaning our studios that we work in. Yes, Steve, I am in Bangkok. I'm in the Pink Lao slash Yai, Bangkok Yai, YAI. In that area, I don't know what difference that makes, but that's where I'm at. And we work until lunchtime. We mask up, and I even wore latex gloves yesterday. I think I showed you guys this before, but I'll do it again if I can get to it. Just your average gloves. But it's good when you're typing on keyboards all day and touching a whole bunch of stuff. You just have to remember not to touch your face. So lots of this hand sanitizer. Using that a lot all the time to make sure that everything tries to stay smooth. And then about 4 o'clock, I come home. Usually, I try to edit a video, but right now, I put out a couple videos from my trip week before last, and I have a couple more saved. But right now, because the world is in the state that it's in, YouTube is not recommending travel videos. It doesn't make sense unless you're talking about the ability to travel or not travel. It's not going to do that. So it's not pushing my videos out very much at all. Most of them are getting less than 1,000 views. And as I said before, from my normal AdSense, I'm making about 1/8 of that this month. So that's my secondary income. And most of the teachers I work with teach online at home, and that's probably what I'm going to have to do. But I'm going to try my best to ride it out and not have to do that because I really enjoy working with or talking to you guys. Dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just unhide them if that's what happened. Lee says, have to go to work tomorrow. Have a good weekend, everyone. You too, Lee. Thank you so much for your contribution. I genuinely appreciate it. Okay, let me go up here and see what see where we're at. Stuck in Florida says fix okay, Jim. Cody says let's do 250. Yes, let's do 250. That would be great. Jim Pell's got a big thumbs up there. And do you take your clothes to the locals? It's cheap. No, I do it myself, Cody. We have laundry here, and yes, it is cheap to take it to locals. That's true. Jim says, "Sorry, David. I don't know why it said I hid you, but I did not. Just so you know." Answer that question from Steve. Stuck in Florida says, "Jim Pell. Other than mods, no one can see who deletes, hides messages." That's true. Steve says, "I asked because I want to live near Circumvent Soy 19 or so. What is your thoughts on that hood?" I don't get down the Circumvent way very often. That was not a bell for us, Jim. That was a friend of mine sending me a Facebook message. But let's see. Sorry, David. This one. Oh, I don't get down to Circumvent very much. Not very often. No, not very often. And I certainly don't know anything about Circumvent Soy 19. Might be a good idea to do a review on that. So you may have just given me a video idea. And I appreciate that very much. If I do learn something about it, I will gladly ask you. Cody says, "You in Nothing Brewery?" No, I'm not in there. I just told you where I was. Stuck in Florida says, "Good night, Lee." Yes, good night, Lee. And thank you so very much again for your contribution. I really appreciate that. Everybody's saying about the plum. What does that mean, Cody? I don't understand what that means. Don't understand. If you hadn't hit the like button, please hit the like button, because I think I'm going to leave the likes and dislikes up on this just to see what happens for the first time. And I'm working around this YouTube thing, as I explained earlier. This month in particular, contributions are huge because of the sheer, or just the lack of AdSense. And it's not just me. Some people are still doing okay. They have larger channels that perhaps don't put out a variety of content like I do. They're still doing good, but they're focusing in on things that I typically wouldn't focus in on. You guys told me you wanted to see more travel. So over the last couple months, that's what I tried to give you, is more travel. I should have another vacation in April. The question is, will I be able to travel around Thailand? And if not, then I guess I'll just have to show you guys as much as I possibly can of Bangkok. And hope that goes over really well. I think it'll be, I don't know, it'll either work or it won't work. I do have some talking head videos I'm going to make regarding information, and some of them are not strictly, because the information on there is pertinent and very relative to what goes on in the world. And I'm not talking about anything to do with Corona, but I can tell you that there are some topics that I haven't hit before that need to be hit. So good night, Robert. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Eddie says Circumvent is great. Stayed in Backpackers Hostel for 3 weeks. And I was thinking about doing that too. If we can get enough contributions to pay for it, because that's what I use. I would go stay in different hotels in downtown Bangkok, even on the weekends, to just to give you guys hotel reviews and locations, what's around them. Are they good? Are they bad? How's the service? The whole 9 yards. You guys will have a lot more information on Bangkok. But I have to get the contributions in order to be able to do those things, because that's what I use for traveling. And paying for hotel rooms and that kind of thing. Cody says, you're doing good, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate that, man. Eddie says, 2 weeks. Yeah, I can see that. It's about like going to Pattaya. After the second or third day, I'm kind of bored. But I still love to go to that city just because it's Pattaya. And I'd really like to go back with Richard. So when he comes back, that would be nice if we could somehow ring that together, and I could go with him. I would really, really like to go back with him, because he and I have a whole different style of doing what we do, or enjoying our time in Pattaya, than I do with my other friend that I go with, or when I go by myself. It's all different. Cody says, estimate a trip to Chiang Mai if you could, or Krabi. Krabi, I love it. Krabi is on my list. Cody in Texas says, Rayong, anything. Estimate some trips, please. I can do some estimate. Here's the problem when I do estimations, Cody. When I do estimations, everybody's going to jump on them and say, no, I can find a cheaper flight, or you don't know what you're talking about. You've never flown here. You've done this. You've never done that. So estimations are not really something I'm going to do, bud, and it's not for you. If you want me to estimate it, we can do that over Instant Messenger or something like that. That wouldn't be a problem. In fact, I'd be happy to do that with you. But I don't think I could just do an estimation of trips and make it into a pragmatic, logical video that people would watch. I can try, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe, but Krabi is definitely on my list. If we would have had time to go that far south last week, we would have went, because I definitely want to go there. Trips to Rayong, you should be able to get a bunch of numbers to Rayong. I've done did quite a video. In fact, I have a playlist called Rayong Thailand, so maybe you want to check that out. That also has Ross's wife's venue, the resort. There's a playlist for that too. I think there's 3 videos there, and then Ross has some videos on his channel. Cody says, I would like to see pie outside of Chiang Mai. Look it up. I will. Stuck Flush is there. Cody says, always add 50% to what you think. That's probably a good idea. Eddie says, 2 weeks was enough, was overwhelming the census. I understand. DoMoreLife says, give me an estimate on visit the pizza company. I don't have to give you an estimate on that. I can read right off the menu. But there's a lot of good stuff at Pizza Company, as you know. Cody says, I'll come up with something for a Krabi trip on the travel unit. That would be awesome. Stuck in Florida said, yep, that's right. And Cody says, I'm coming in November now. Well, that's cool. Maybe, remember, my birthday is November the 3rd. So maybe we can get together. Is that on a weekend this year? Let me look and see. That's a very interesting. Let's see. Nope, I don't think it is. It's on Tuesday. So, it's also election day, by the way. But it could celebrate that weekend or the weekend after. It doesn't matter. I was just letting you know there that my birthday was in November. So if you want to come in November, you could definitely do that. there's Richard again. Let's see. Damn epic live stream. I ate dinner, showered, and I'm back. Cody says November Kirby. That would be awesome. Richard says November is just in time for the project second wave to rip through. Safe travel. The projected second wave to rip through travel. Well, we hope not. That's for sure. Cody says I'll give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what happens, Cody. That's all I can say. Well, Jim and Cody, both of you, I want to tell you, we've been going an hour and a half here. So I can't really thank you enough for, trying to get people going. Well, we're a lot shorter, Richard, than Richard, than we thought we were going to be. We were shooting for 110, or excuse me, we were shooting for at least 250, and we came up at 110. But I was thanking those guys that I just want to let them know how much, and everybody that contributed, or that's even been on the live stream. I always appreciate it. You guys know that. I appreciate every contribution, all of them, but came up short of Jim's goal tonight, which usually doesn't happen. So Richard says I can PayPal you a Stouffer's mac and cheese. I'd probably eat that right now, Richard, to be honest with you. Thank you guys for trying to get it going. I really appreciate it. I do. Perhaps, maybe there'll be another time we can do this. Maybe I'll have an off the wall live stream tomorrow because I'm going to be here anyway. So maybe I'll just have some kind of random live stream go up tomorrow. I'm not sure. And that would be an opportunity for more people to come in. Cody Tech says, well, I'll start off next week with the $50 no member Kirby challenge. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Sounds good to me. And I appreciate very much everybody that came to support the channel with comments, and we had a good discussion today. Very good discussion. Certainly appreciate the monetary contributions as always. Cody says, and anyone who wants to do it can load up and save. That would be awesome. That would be awesome if we could all take a trip. That would be great. Richard says, just odd timing, Jay, with all the world stuff going on, everyone conserving. Oh, I know. Absolutely. I didn't expect to get 250, but then again, with this crowd, you just never know. With that being said, see you guys. Thank you so much to my moderators and my friends and this DoMoreLife family. I love you guys. Hopefully, you got a lot of good information here. Please take the chance and share 2 or 3 of your favorite DoMoreLife videos sometime this weekend, preferably like right now, because if you don't, you'll forget about it. And that would be awesome. So if you hadn't hit the thumbs up button, you have a great day too, Robert. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, make sure you hit it on your way out. And that's pretty much it. Whatever you do today, guys, be sure you do more life. Love you guys, and I will definitely, I like Stuck in Florida's last comment there. Thank you. But I will definitely see you guys in maybe not too future live stream. Might have one tomorrow. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm definitely going to edit some videos today and try to get some content out for you. So I'm originally from North Carolina, Steve. Everybody have a great day. DoMoreLife, and I'm out of here. Peace.